It's Soul Food Sunday. Oh, wait. Because it's
Soul Food Sunday.
From the wedding that we went to last night that I thought, I don't know, I just feel like singing it for you guys. Is that all right?
Absolutely, and it was such a great wedding last night. Maybe we can fill them in, our lifers, on how that went. But yeah, entertain us with a song. Why not?
Because it's soul, I gotta feed your soul.
Yes.
With a song. Sometimes we do a dance, but today is a song. Just because I was inspired last night from the amazing DJ that was playing awesome music. And I feel like I want to use my mic pack as a microphone. I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. With somebody who loves me. Somebody who. I could go on forever and ever, but I won't.
Yeah, nice. I like that one. Great choice.
Do you know who that was?
I do.
Who?
Whitney Houston.
Oh, 10 points for you.
Yes.
Did you guys know that?
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, anyway, welcome to the Malari movement on Soul Food Sunday. And I am Nelson Malari. I am
AKA
Coach Nelson.
And my name's Crystal Malari, AKA Coach Nelson.
Yeah. Are you really Coach Nelson?
You know why?
Why?
Because I'm always telling you to tell them that you're Coach Nelson.
And you always introduce yourself first.
Yeah, you messed me up. You messed my flow.
It's okay.
No, okay. I'm Crystal Malari, aka Coach Crystal.
And I am Nelson Malari, known as Coach Nelson.
Okay, I feel much better now.
Right.
Yeah. Whew. I was like, you got me like all messed up. You can't do that.
All right.
And if you don't know us, welcome to the Malari movement. We are your lifestyle transformation coaches. And what that means is that it's our mission, it's our passion and our purpose to help develop, inspire, and edutain our lifers. That's you guys watching out there to evolve into the strongest, healthiest versions of yourselves through functional fitness and functional faith. I'm the owner of Revolve Life Coaching and Weight Loss Studio. I'm a certified personal trainer, fitness instructor, mindset specialist, and nutrition coach.
And I am the R3 operations manager. I am also one of the coaches there, and I am also a mindset specialist.
Mm-hmm. And so before I forgot, I wanted to extend that to you, and we really are super passionate of not only about fitness, but mindset coaching. As we both had mentioned, we are both certified mindset specialists. And so today and this series over the next 3 Soul Food Sundays, and that's including today, we're going to break down our taglines. You got to scoot your over there.
Oh,
so
yeah, the Matrix.
So if you guys can see, it says renew, refresh, restore your mind, body, and spirit. Thank you, Vanna.
All right.
You. And that is our tagline and our motto at Revolve Life for both our physical location. I said earlier that I do own a fitness and weight loss studio, and that is a huge part of what we teach and what we believe, both in studio, and we also have Revolve Life Fit TV, which is our online gym membership. And that is also the foundation of the Malari movement. It truly is kind of like our mini manifesto, what we believe in. And we wanted to share with you guys, what does renew, refresh, restore your mind, body, and spirit means. And our members, a short form for our studio is called R3. And so if you ever, if you're wondering why is it spelled R3VOLVE, well, that's because the R3 specifically stands for renew, refresh, and restore. And so we're going to break down each of renew, refresh, and restore. And today is all about how to renew your mind, your body, and your spirit. Now, we're going to focus on how to use these tools, renew your mind, body, and spirit, to achieve your fitness and health goals, your weight loss goals. But the awesome part is that it can translate to really any goal that you want to achieve. Because when it comes to your mindset, that's where that's where everything begins. And so renewing your mind, your body, and your spirit, it doesn't matter what goal it is, but specifically we're gonna zero in on achieving your fitness goals, because you can join any weight loss program, you can join any gym. It will work. What doesn't work is what's up here. It's what's in your mind. You're the only one that's stopping you from achieving your goal. Any program will work. Now, is it sustainable? You know, some programs are out there are too challenging to maintain for the rest of your life. But point being, any weight loss program will work as long as you have the right mindset.
Yeah. So to add to that, and we are super passionate about, our mini manifesto and Renew, it is something that we love to be able to share with you guys and take that journey with you and how we apply it within R3 and within the Malari movement. And
we really use these tools that we're going to share with you specifically during our weight loss challenges. So at the studio and online, we hold 3 weight loss challenges a year. And to be honest with you, they've been 6 weeks long, but we're actually going to increase them to 8 moving forward. So these 8-week transformation challenges, we use these mindset tools and tactics from day one, and there is growth work throughout the 8 weeks, personal development work, journaling work, in order to make sure that our members who have this goal, whether it be, to lose weight, to feel healthy, to gain energy, whatever their own personal goal is, we will use these mindset tools. We will teach them these lessons in order to not only achieve their goals, but to crush the excuses that have held them back from actually achieving them. So let's dive right into what Renew Your Mind, Body, and Spirit is all about. How to renew your mind, body, and spirit. Renew your mind.
So renewing your mind is you stop bullying. Identify who the bullies are. Identify where they come from. Realize their true form as ants, and you can pause, stomp, and kick, beat them away.
So, identify who the bullies are. I kind of like this analogy. So, your life. Imagine that, the street where you live, there's a street corner where, you have to go, whether it's going to school, going to work, just doing whatever it is that you do on a daily basis. But there's this gang of mean thugs and bullies who hang out at that corner, and they will not let you go without tempting you, taunting you, calling you names. And what that represents, those bullies and thugs are the bullies that live in your head. Those negative emotions, those negative thoughts, those excuses that hold you back, that stop you. Every time you're moving forward and you have a goal in mind, those negative thoughts we call your bullies, or your bound nature, or your sin nature. Mm-hmm. These bullies are not you. They maybe have derived from maybe how you were brought up. Maybe it was a teacher, in elementary school who said you needed to lose weight in order to, play a particular sport or be a dancer. you were told that you needed to lose some weight in order to be a dancer. Maybe it was a friend who was teasing you. Maybe it was that aunt, you know, that aunt that we all have, who flat out will bluntly say, wow, you've gained weight, or wow, you look fat, or for my ladies out there, are you pregnant? And you're not? So all of that translates into the bullies that live in your head. The bullies who say, you know what, you're not worth it. The bullies in your head that say, oh, you know, one bite of that's not gonna hurt. They may even be real live people in your current life. Might be like an innocent coworker who's, and I call them the food pushers, who's nudging you to go out for a drink. And you know it's gonna throw you off your diet, but you're like, oh, I guess one drink won't hurt. You know what I mean? So those bullies, identifying who they are. And then the second point is, where do they come from? What triggers them?
So in renewing your body...
Not yet.
Oh.
I just wanted to talk about the ants.
Okay.
So ANTS stands for automatic negative thoughts. And what I mean by pause, stomp, kick, and beat them, meaning when you know where they come from, once you're aware where they come from, we teach our members to actually name them. So for example, I am definitely a procrastinator, and I named the procrastinator bully that lives in my head, I call her Polly the procrastinator. And so I know when she comes out. She comes out every day. I take a 20-minute either meditation or, I'm not gonna lie, a 20-minute nap, because my day is super long. I'm teaching, training clients, like a very long day. So I have a particular time during the day where I'll close my eyes for 20 minutes. Polly the procrastinator, she shows up right after that meditation or nap and says, oh, another 10 minutes. But you see, if I listen to her, another 10 minutes will become 15 minutes, will become 20 minutes, will become an hour. And next thing you know, I'm rushing to go teach my class and I didn't accomplish what I know I'm supposed to get done on my to-do list. Or Polly can show up early in the morning where I know I should be getting my workout in, because I personally like to get my workout in first thing in the morning. But she'll be like, oh, just 10 more minutes, you're so comfy in your bed. Like, oh, you can work out later. But I know if I don't work out later, it's not gonna happen because I'm so busy. So I'm now aware of when Polly shows up. So when she does that, the way I stomp her in the head, I stomp her, I kick her in the head, and I beat her down and I kill her. And I don't mean to be like overly dramatic or whatever, but that's what you have to do if you have an end goal in mind. My personal end goal, next January, we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary, and we are going to be renewing our vows. And it is my goal to fit into my wedding dress again. Now, it's been 10 years since I've worn it. Polly the procrastinator has been stopping me and procrastinating so that I don't do what I need to do to achieve that goal. But that end goal is so important to me. So I need to stomp her, I need to beat her down, I need to kick her in the head, and I need to kill her, or else I'm not gonna achieve my goal. And that's what we mean by killing those ants. When you think of an ant, they're really small. You just gotta take that ant and say to it, no, you don't have power. You don't have power over me because my goal is important to me. And I don't know what your health and fitness goals are, but one of the keys to renewing your mind is finding a goal that means so much to you that ants have no power.
Yeah, and then in my case, one of my bound natures or signatures is Orville the overthinker, and that's who I've named my overthinking bound nature. So, you know, throughout a day, I've just started my day. I'm already thinking about the week. I'm already starting to think about the day. So I don't know if there's some of you that out there that relate to me and who you overthink. And then what happens to overthinking is then you become to get stressed out. Anxiety comes into place. You get overwhelmed and you just get frustrated. But one way for me to treat that I've learned and that we take a lot of our members is write it down, because half of the stuff that I think about doesn't even come into fruition, or it doesn't even happen. So by me being able to kick that out in the curb, kicking it out in the butt and killing it is just, you know, writing it down and telling Orville, saying, listen, relax, chill out, dude. Like, don't think about it. Just think about what needs to be thought about at this moment, you know, later on. And that's how simply it is.
So that's a great segue to our second bullet point. So when you renew your mind, that is going to help you renew your body. So we have a kill BN plan, or kill bow nature plan, or kill sin nature plan.
So what that includes is reflect daily when and where they show up. You know, learn the triggers and ask yourself these 3 questions. Is this going to help me move towards my goal? Am I going to feel guilty? Will it snowball?
So what I want to just, I need to read it. What I want to just clarify here. So this plan, you have to have a game plan, okay? So I love the fact that Coach Nelson will journal, and he needs to journal, and you should journal too, because that's going to help you reflect when, where, and why your particular bound natures or sin natures show up. You know, for me, one of my angry Allison shows up. She shows up when I'm in traffic and someone does something really, really scary or dumb on the road, or something, you know, whether it be cutting me off or tailgating me. I know Allison's going to show up. So that's the type of thing where we need you to increase your awareness. Whenever those negative thoughts come up, be aware of what causes them. Maybe it's having a hard day, or maybe, you know, your boss is micromanaging you and said something, you know, to kind of tick you off, and then so that's one trigger. And then when you get home, because you know you were bombarded at work from your boss, you take it out on your kids. So when you know that your boss has that ability to trigger one of your ants in your head, one of the bullies, you'll be able to pause, stop, kick, and beat them down. Now, another way to help understand when these triggers happen is by asking yourself these 3 questions. So, for example, let's specifically look at eating something that you know you shouldn't if you're trying to eat a healthy diet, okay? So you're at the office and you see Krispy Kreme donuts, you know, in the kitchen, and you're really tempted to eat it. So stop and ask yourself, if I eat this Krispy Kreme donut, is it going to help me move towards my goal? No, no, it won't. I mean, more than likely your goal is to get healthy and to lose weight. So no, eating a Krispy Kreme donut is not going to help you do that. Is it going to make you feel guilty? Most likely, yes, it will. And will it snowball, as in, can you actually stop at eating one? Like most people, no. When they start even eating something, you know, if they have a sweet tooth or something that they really, really enjoy, but it's not good for you, it's very challenging to stop at one. Okay, now let's look at like that example of you wanting to go home in a calm, peaceful manner, so that, you know, because you had a long day and your boss was micromanaging you. So you just, you know, heard it all from your boss, was just finished yelling at you, and you're going home and you're going to be facing your spouse and your kids. So holding on to this anger inside of you, is that going to help you move toward your goal to be loving to your family? No. Are you going to feel guilty if you end up yelling at them? Yes. And could it possibly snowball into a big fight that didn't have to happen? Yes. So that's what we mean by killing this is your kill bound nature plan, or kill sin nature plan. Stop and ask yourself these 3 questions before you react to them, and that way, before they go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour or 100 miles an hour, you're able to take a second, remember your end goal, and not allow your bound nature to take over or you can finally stop being bullied. So lastly, we want to talk about renewing your spirit.
So in renewing your spirit, it's your extraordinary life. So what we want you to do is write down what your extraordinary life looks like. How would you think? How would you look physically and emotionally? What would an average day look like?
So renewing your spirit, that's your, I think your spirit is what we call your free nature or your true self, your in-spirit nature, the most loving, the healthiest, the happiest version of yourself. So to help you achieve, and we're going to focus on fitness, we want you to write down, well, what does he or she look like? Like if you were able to live in that body, in that mind right now. So start off with, what would your day look like? So if I was living in my best body and mind, I would wake up feeling refreshed, and instead of saying, good God, it's morning, I'm saying, good morning, God. And I jump out of bed and I get a really awesome workout in. I have my coffee. I go teach my class. I have an awesome class. I'm so full of energy. I'm training clients, and just the whole day, I'm just full of energy and I'm happy. I feel light on my feet. I love, I'm working hard, I'm training hard, I feel good in my clothes, I love the way my clothes fit, I'm getting compliments from my friends and my family, and that affects the way that I feel around my husband because I feel sexy, and because I feel good, I'm loving to my son, I'm loving to my friends, and so that ultimate version of me, you need to do that, because I know for a lot of you, it's tough because you're in this like hamster wheel or this weight loss roller coaster, and it really affects you if you don't like the way you look in the mirror. Like, I know some of our clients, when they first walked into our doors, they can't even look at themselves in the mirror, let alone look at themselves naked, you know what I mean? Which means they're most likely too uncomfortable to be naked around their spouse, which means that could affect the intimacy, which means that could affect the way they carry themselves, whether it's being around friends and family or at work. Maybe their self-confidence, and because they feel so down and overweight and tired and just feeling awful, it's preventing them from, getting that promotion that they really want. So you see how, you need to create what that extraordinary life would look like now, and embrace that, so that your spirit could be lifted by that. Your spirit could be energized by that. Your spirit could be fueled by that. So that, in combination with learning who the bullies are, and knowing that those bullies are just tiny little ants that you have the power to crush, and by using those tools and asking those 3 important questions every time one of those bound natures is trying to bully you, and you have that end goal and that extraordinary life, that hope to work towards, that combination in renewing your mind, your body, and your spirit is the very first step in achieving your goal. It's way more than just eating clean and exercising.
Yeah.
It really truly is the foundation, and what R3 and the Malari movement, that's our movement. That's what we're trying to teach, and that's what we're trying to share, and that's why we want to serve people like you who maybe are stuck. Maybe you've plateaued. Maybe maybe you think it's too late to even begin, and this is just the way it is. These aches and pains and always feeling tired, that's just getting old. No, it's not. It's not. And that already is a certain mindset. And this is why we're so passionate about mindset coaching, just as much as we are about the fitness and nutrition part.
So, like you have to understand that this is a process, and a lot of this, there's a lot of behavioral changes that you would have to make and modify within your lifestyle, right? And that's why like Coach Crystal nailed it, like we are very passionate. And what we tell our members when we take them through this, that, you know what, it really boils down to the mind, because once that mind is like tuned up, ready, fired up, everything else just falls into place from your body and from your spirit, right? Because we have a choice. We have a choice every day, every second. And that's where you're saying you want to catch it from at zero before it hits 100 miles an hour. So we want to be able to make that decision, make that choice in the mind, and have and fill our free spirit nature like 110% of the time. And that's when you're going to have that extraordinary life. So that's the question, like how would you be able to do that, is exactly what we just took you through, are those steps.
And one of the sayings is for us is, if you don't kill the bound natures or sin natures, the bullies that live in your head, they're going to kill you. They're going to kill you. In other words, they're going to kill you. Maybe you're not going to be able to enjoy the rest of your life,
because you'll have resentment.
You'll have resentment. You're going to be overweight. You're going to be unhappy. You're going to feel left out. You're not going to have the energy you need to play with your kids, your grandkids, your great grandkids. It's stopping you from achieving other goals, such as maybe career goals, relationship goals. That's how your bound nature is going to kill you. So if you don't kill your bound nature is going to kill you. And
that's why we say, with the mindset, that's where it starts. And it doesn't have to start with that, with the body. And that's, we understand most people will go into a weight loss program going in, wanting to lose weight, which is great. You need to have that at the top of the list. But then what? It's like we take our members and those people through even deeper. And, at the end of the challenge that we do, it wasn't even really we don't even really focus on the weight. It was about that whole full transformation in mind, in body, and then in spirit.
That's right. So now, we gave you, some growth work. We call it growth work. So we really hope that you take some time, just 5 minutes. We recommend, our members to take 5 minutes at the end of your day to reflect, like, when did any of the bullies or the ants show up today? When and why did they show up? Write down those 3 questions that we had shared with you. Maybe put it on a cue card, maybe put it as a screensaver on your phone, because it can help you stop those BN natures in its tracks. And then lastly, we definitely encourage you to write down and visualize, what does your extraordinary life look like, and maybe, read it before you go to bed, because that's where you want to sleep in your unconscious. Your unconscious, that's where your goals actually happen. It's in your unconscious mind, because that's where the bullies live. That's where your free nature lives, right? So we want to train our bound nature to understand they have no control over us. They don't have the power. You do. And you do these, you practice these tools to train your mindset. And then join us next Sunday, where we're going to be talking about how to refresh your mind, body, and spirit, and what that means. And again, we're going to leave you with some practical tools. And my homework for myself to give to you guys is I'll put together a printable PDF so that you can have all these things to fill out. And it'll be a great kickstart to renewing, refreshing, and restoring your mind, body, and spirit.
So for those that are watching us and we're here, we want to just give you some love and thank you so much. And catch us on our next episode, which is episode number 2. Like Coach Crystal said, we are going to focus on refresh. So we are super, super excited to give you the tools and foundation on what the Malari movement is about on that. So we just want to thank you, and we will see you next time.
Bye, kids. Bye, guys.